Hey guys, what's up? It's your boy Zay, the best ex that you could ever want around. And once again, I want to thank you for joining me for another episode of Legends Speak. Okay, man, this is a big deal, man. I really appreciate the loyalty that you guys are giving me. Now, I do know we're in a bit of a different uh, we're in a bit of a different scene because wasn't able to go to the studio. So y'all bear with me a little bit. Let me get this right. Wasn't able to go into the studio today, so it's okay. We're gonna make it work. All right. So we finna go ahead and jump into some of this stuff real quick. Man, I have all my crutches that I normally would use, like my teleprompter to let me know what's. I don't have that today, so I'm winging it. So here we go. So first off, I want to go ahead and welcome you to the show like I just did. This is Legends Speak with your host, your boy Zay, the best ex that you could ever want around. Okay. And what we normally do, my producers didn't come up with so much of a game. Uh, this is a part where if you're new to the show, new to understanding what Legend Speaks is all about, who I'm all about, getting to know me a little bit better. We normally do a little game to where um, you just get to know me. Last time we did like the Mother May I thing, and then this time it's just gonna be like Would You Rather. And it's not gonna be as like morbid and sadistic like Would You Rather on Netflix. Some of y'all have watched that on Netflix. It's like Would You Rather is like gruesome. It's a good movie though. So I want to go ahead and jump to that game, spend a couple of minutes on that game, and then we'll move from there. All right. Um, so it's called red pill, blue pill, Morpheus style, Matrix style. You feel me? So what we're going to do is, I have a list written out. One says red, one says blue. So it says the red pill, you get $1 million. Or for the blue pill, you have the cure for cancer. I think morally, I should choose that blue pill, right? Because there's so many people that are affected by, cancer. This is bothering me, y'all. Y'all gotta excuse me. This is bothering me so much. Morally speaking, um, I should be choosing that blue pill because there's so many people who have, that struggle with cancer and everything like that. But also, I feel like if I had the $1 million, maybe I could invest it into a corporation who can do it. But my moral compass is telling me choose the blue pill. So I would go ahead and choose that blue pill. Even though my flesh would want to go ahead and get the $1 million. If you think about it, getting that $1 million and investing into a corporation who is trying to find the cure versus you already having the cure. It may take another decade before they find the cure with that million. I already got the cure, so I might as well go ahead and do that. So yeah, blue pill, blue pill. Y'all don't judge me that I had to think about that, okay? So number two, it says you have to live underwater for 6 months. That's for the red pill. And then the blue pill says you can't have any sweets for a year. Well, quite frankly, I just don't know why in the hell I'm living underwater for 6 months and for like I don't understand. I don't know why I'm in underwater in the first place. So nah. I'm definitely choosing the blue pill again. I'd rather take my sweets because it just says live underwater for 6 months. It doesn't say live underwater for 6 months to uh, further research on mermaids or further, help your country or nothing like that. It's not there. So why am I doing it? I Blue pill, please. Um, the third for the red pill or blue pill, it says, "Ooh, lose your sight or lose your taste." Woo! Lose your sight or lose your taste. Red is lose your sight. Blue is lose your taste. All right, so I got corona a while back, and I lost my taste, and it was hell. I figure that I can still achieve a lot of things with my sight. Once again, I choose. I most definitely choose the blue pill. I would lose my taste rather than my sight. To have to depend on people like that, like that's crazy. I wouldn't do it. Not me. All right. So for the fourth one, for the blue pill, or I mean for the red pill and the blue pill, the red side says live with Beyonce or live with Rihanna. Dang. I think that me personally, guys, I would definitely. Rihanna's so cool, bro. She's so cool. She's so down to earth. I wouldn't want to be with Beyonce, but Beyonce, I don't know. I don't know if we would actually have that magic and we would just like work well together and she could give me tips and ideas and stuff like that, or if we would crash heads. I kind of feel like she and I would crash heads a little bit. We're very like strong, opinionated. I mean, so is Rihanna too, but I feel like Rihanna is just a little bit more down to earth, and she's still up there on that status with Beyonce. And you know what, you Beyonce fans, I really just calm down, okay? Calm down, okay? This is my preference. You feel free to take the red pill. Um, I am going to go ahead and I would live with Rihanna. All right, let me go ahead and speed up through this because I know I only have a couple of minutes that I can go through this. All right, so red pill, blue pill. Winter all year or summer all year. After this freeze, I mean, I love the cold. I really do. I love it. I love it. I think I would do the red pill for once. Winter all year. Because I love it when it's kind of like dreary outside. Like, when it's kind of like um like cloudy and the it's cool, excuse me, cool outside and you get to just kind of chill, relax. You know what I mean? I don't like to be hot. It's easier to warm up than it is to cool down. So that's my first red that I've chosen. This one, red side, the red pill says no television. The blue side says no radio. Easy. Um, Blue, no radio. I would definitely choose the red pill. I need my television. Um, got two more on here, guys. Hopefully you're getting to know a little bit about me, things that I like, and hopefully a little bit you're getting to know a little bit about yourself as well. Answering these questions along with me. All right, so marry rich with 5 kids for the red pill, or marry comfortable with 3 kids. I don't know why they put that on. I mean, hell, if I'm rich, I'll marry rich with 5 kids. Red pill all day long. I mean, if I get stressed, overworked, I'm rich. I can hire somebody. Don't act like I'm the only one that's thinking on that same train. Like, don't act like I'm the only one. All right. Last one for the red side. Drive a SUV or drive a sports car. Um, For the red pill, it's drive a SUV. For the blue pill, it's drive a sports car. I would definitely uh, drive the sports car. Most definitely, I would drive the sports car. Um, yeah, and so that's it for that game. That's it for that game. Red pill, blue pill, Matrix style. So hopefully you got a chance to learn a little bit about me or whatever like that. Next, I do want to go ahead and go into the intro for our guest. Um, so let's see here. It's very, very lengthy. I didn't have time to edit it. But he is a pastor. He has served at several churches as a minister since 2004. He was ordained in 2006, and the calling continues. He now faces the greatest challenge of his ministerial career, and that is RnR Ministries, which stands for, I'll let him tell you, as a matter of fact. Um, Although unsure how God is going to do it, he presses forth with a passion and love for God. His call to duty never stops from the military to the pulpit. He continues to rise to challenge. He believes he believes that the love of Christ overshadows all. That is his mission. That is his purpose. That is his calling. Preaching and teaching the love of Christ to help individuals build a better relationship with God and with others. So that's a little bit about the guest that I'm going to have on today. And we're going to do a few more things, and then we're going to hear from our sponsors. Okay. The next thing that I would like to do is, if you guys are familiar with this, and if you're not familiar, this is why I'm here to tell you. I have a LUD tip. LUD is an acronym, and it stands for Living Life Until Death is Due. And so that's my nonprofit organization, and that's how I came up with Legends Speak. I just wanted to hear people who have gone through so much hell and have been able to come back and just bounce back when all the odds were stacked against them. And so what I try to do on an everyday basis, if I don't even post it online, I try to make sure I leave a little tip for someone somewhere, whether it be via text with my family, whether it be on the street that I run into somebody and see that they possibly could be in need for that. The LUD tip of the day that I gave the other day was just perfect because it spoke so much to me. Remember to just smile at least once in a day. At least once. Try. Even when you feel that whole you're fighting against it, man. You're like, man, I don't feel like smiling. I don't feel like getting up. I don't feel like doing it. And it's like you want to do it, but it's just like, yeah, but doing it is just I don't want to be out of this place. I don't want to be out of this funk. Well, I tell you, one of the first steps is that when you wake up, you start to regulate your mind and start to think of focus on positive things, and then after that, we have wavelengths like this that goes through our brain, right? And so, like when they're going like that through our brain, we can choose whether we want them to be, positive or negative. And if they're going this way and it's a little wobbly and it's a little negative, we have power to say no, straighten out, think positive. And then eventually a smile will come. And you never know, you may smile in the presence of somebody who's holding your blessing. Them seeing your smile lifts their spirits, and they're like, man, I need to work with you. I got something for you. You never know how a smile could really just not only bless you and help you get out of a funk, but also bless anybody else, really, to be honest. So let's see here. So that's the LUD tip of the day. You can use that for every minute, every second, every hour, for the rest of the week, for the rest of your life. Put it in your little toolbox. Use it. All right. So now that we've done the LUD tip of the day, we of course, we have bills that we gotta pay, and then these people that I actually, love, we work well together. So we're gonna go ahead and go to our sponsorships because without them, we would not be able to have the show Legends Speak. So if you go, please go ahead and take us away to our sponsors, our first sponsor, and then we'll be right back with Legends Speak with our guest.
Uncle Tim's Almost Everything, a small minority-owned company that produces multiple products for various applications and or uses. Uncle Tim's Almost Everything products use include household, personal, culinary, and automotive use. Uncle Tim's Almost Everything All-Purpose Cleaner Spray, Uncle Tim's Chrome Only Hand Sanitizer and Deodorizer, Uncle Tim's Tea and Tim's Lemonade, Uncle Tim's Almost Everything. Tim has the desire and the drive to help others with the creation of products to make most scenarios easy to deal with during the pandemic. Uncle Tim's Almost Everything was conceived based on the concern of having effective non-toxic sanitizer and deodorizer to keep others safe. You guys need to make sure you run over and get Uncle Tim's Almost Everything.
What's going on? It's comedian Ashton Hart. Look, y'all, all have been telling me I need my own show. I finally got my own show. It's gonna be a variety show. Come on, give it to me. Hey, I'm ready. What is it? Give it to me. Who? You did not get approved for your PPP loan on the business you do not have. I know what I've been doing. I do that on the weekends. We're going to have prank calls and we're going to have people mad as hell. I'm calling because you need to discipline your son. Okay? It's coming out March 15th, my birthday. Happy birthday, Ashton! It's going to be on a Monday. So I don't want no excuses. You ain't got nothing to do. It's Monday. Right here on Facebook Live, This Is Culture Network, and YouTube. Watch out. It's coming.
All right, guys, welcome back to Legends Speak with your boy Zay, the best ex that you could ever want around, man. And so, first out, shout out to Uncle Tim's Almost Everything. That is some great, amazing stuff. I still use it to this day. If you want to know more about how you can get it, reach out to me and I'll get it to you. And I must say, I am looking forward to Call Me Crazy. I know Ashton and the boy is giftedly a fool, like in the best way. All right, so anyway, so moving forward, I'm just gonna go ahead and read a brief little another bio about who I'm having on the show today. So we're getting ready to go ahead and introduce him. So I have Pastor James Bynum, a man after God's own heart, a father, a preacher, a teacher of the gospel, a friend and a lover, a native New Orleans, graduated high school and attended Louisiana State University. He loves music. His love of music led him to be in the school marching bands from sixth grade through college. He has always been a singer in some group since the age of 7. When he sang, since the age of 7, when he sang gospel music on a local radio show live with friends. Okay, wow. Some of this stuff I didn't know. It's great. His passion for music continued in college and in the military. He was a master sergeant of the United States Air Force, where he served for 26 years. Thank you for your service, James. While in service, he held 2 job positions, one as an aircraft mechanic and the other as a financial management supervisor. All right. So that's just a little bit about him. I will say this other part that I just have to put out there. He is a proud father of a young lady named Jasmine Bynum, who he affectionately calls baby girl. I just had to throw that in there. I didn't have time to read the full thing, but I just had to throw that part in there. So I want to go ahead and bring James Bynum on the screen, Pastor James Bynum.
Hey, what's up, Mr. X?
Well, so you know about what you know about that best X right
hey, you know. I watched the It's Your Boy and the Best X.
Hey, you know what? Don't start. You know, you are real down to earth to be a pastor. I will say
I
that.
try
like,
to be.
You so down to earth, like you so real. So it's an honor to that you accepted my invitation to be on the show. It really
Thank
is.
you for inviting me.
It's not a problem at all. Thank you so much. So for you guys who are kind of listening out there, um, not kind of listening, I know you're listening, and I know you're looking at it. First of all, hey, Pastor, I think you kind of trying to bop off of me with this hint of yellow in there. You know, if you had some red in there, I was.
Hey, man, when life give you lemonade, a lemon, you make some lemonade out of it, right?
It's okay though.
You know, I have
It's
a
a dope little
little
style.
swag.
It's
You
a
know,
dope
I'm
little
trying to get a
style.
little
You feel me?
swag in.
Okay. Okay.
I see you got something on there too.
I mean, I try to, got the little, I always got my
Hey,
little piece on it, you
do
know.
you, boo? Do you?
Hey, that's what my mom used to always tell me. Do you, boo? So I have a little game before we get it, because I want, just like the viewers got a chance to get to know me, who are new to the show. I have a little game that I want to play with you.
Long as you're not serving me in the pills, we all right.
Ah, man, nah, I'm not gonna do the red pill, blue pill on you, but
All right,
let me see. So we're gonna do a quick game to where you're gonna have to come up with a sermon on the spot, real quick. Like, what would be the name of it? No, like, what would be the name of this? It's okay. It's okay. You ain't got to give one. Just give the title of it when you hear the
the
scripture.
title of the sermon, okay.
All right. So let me see. All right. So this one is from Galatians 6:9. Let us become weary in doing good, for at the proper time we will reap a harvest if we do not give up. What would be the name of that sermon for you?
It's time to prosper.
Ah, okay. 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 Okay, that's good. Okay, I like that. All right. You ready? Let's see. Let's see here. Why is it not showing the other ones? Oh, okay. Now this one is from 2 Timothy 1:7. For God has not given us a spirit of fear, but power of love and a sound mind.
Of love and a sound mind. Let's think about it. That'll be my title. Let's think about it.
Man, that's a good title. I kind of want you to go into it a little bit right now.
You want me to
awesome.
start preaching? As long as I don't have to hoop, I'll be all right.
Man, let's think about it. Like, that's what's up. Like,
yes,
that speaks out to me. For God has not given us a spirit of fear, but a power of
right.
love and a sound mind. I can kind of feel like where you're going with it. Like, so every time, like, maybe fear comes up against you, or these things that are not of like God, instead of being frantic in your flesh, let's stop and let's think about it.
That's right. That's right.
Am I
Because
on
that's
point?
what God calls us to do.
Am I on point a little bit?
Look at you, preacher. Go ahead, preacher.
Hey.
Wow.
Hey, man, I'm not, completely foreign to the Holy Spirit. So
hey,
that was a good one.
You.
That was a real good one. I felt that one.
You felt that one deep down in your spirit?
Deep down in my, I felt that one deep down.
And see, that's the point. That's the point. When you feel it, that's when it's real.
Yeah, for sure. You ready for this last one?
The last one, yes.
All right. So, he who gives to the poor will lack nothing, but he who closes his eyes to them receives many curses. This comes from Proverbs 28:27.
Ooh. Can you see me now?
Can you see? Oh, okay. Can you see me now? I get it. I follow.
Okay.
That's a good one.
Where's it lead you?
Man, look, this is supposed to be about you. You're not finna pull me into ministry. You think you slick. You'll try to pull me into ministry real quick. I know you.
Hey, that's my calling, right? That's my calling.
That's your calling.
There you go. But see, my calling is to call others too.
Okay.
But God has not given you what? The spirit of fear? Is that what you asked me to give a title
to? I think something. I don't know. Something's going on with the audio. I can't quite hear what you were saying at the moment.
I hear you.
All right. So look, so we're gonna play one more quick game, and then we're gonna jump to this interview because I got some real questions for you.
Oh, okay.
Okay, one quick and this is just like before you get up to preach, I'm gonna name two artists, and I kind of want you to tell me who would you rather open up in praise and worship for you before you start to preach.
Woo. You
All right,
making
so
me
we're gonna
choose between two angels, I can see.
It's gonna be a difficult one. I tell you that. Some new generation, some old generation. So let's go
Okay.
ahead and get into it.
All
So,
right.
would you rather have Travis Green or Kiara Sheard?
Woo. I'm going to go with Kiara on this one because I know her mama and her aunties know how to get down. So I'm going to go with Kiara on this one. Travis is nice, though. He can bring that contemporary vibe, but
Yeah.
I'm going to go with Kiara. Okay.
Okay. All right. So, Brianna Babinu or Tasha Cobbs?
Brianna got some bad hits, man.
Brianna.
Tasha, I actually met here in Atlanta once, and she has a great personality, but I'm going to go with Brianna.
I was hoping that you would
that
go with
girl
Brianna. That girl's powerful.
She is. The worship, she lifts you up in worship, you know? Hey, I don't have to get up there and preach much.
Right. There are times in sermons, like, you know what I mean, to where like the praise team goes forward and they go forward so hard, and the Spirit of God just comes in that thing, and there's no preaching. It's the end of the service.
You don't look. Hey, that's when it starts to really minister to you.
Yeah. Hey, that's a good choice. But not to knock Tasha at the same time, because Tasha,
no, I'm not.
She does the same thing.
Yeah, she's good, but yeah, Brianna, she's just she got that.
All right, so we're gonna do one more. Would you rather?
Now you know I'm old school, right?
Yeah, and so but I also know the style of your church. Let me ask you first. Are you familiar with Hillsong?
I've heard some of his songs.
Hillsong it's a group.
No, that's the group. Yes.
Yeah, the contemporary.
No, that's the one that says he's all over me or something like that.
They have several, like they're more contemporary worship.
Yes. I know one of their songs, though I can't think of the name of it, but I can hear it in my screens. It's something like it's something with all in it. I know that much, but go ahead.
Okay, well, let me see. Let me do, because I want to be, okay.
Now, see, I know you can sing. What I'm trying to get you to do is sing the song to me.
I know what you're trying to do. But I'm not going to do it. I know what you're trying to do. Okay, so, Thai Tribute or Fantasia? I had to do it.
Fantasia all day. I love Thai. I really do, but I don't know.
Fantasia has anointing on her.
Yeah, Fantasia, that girl, she sings from here.
Yeah.
You know, when she get that rhyme in her voice.
Yeah. And the one of her gifts that I admire so much is that she's able to do what she does, both in the secular and in the gospel. And she's really does.
A lot.
Yeah, she's been through a lot, and so I believe that if she were to get up and sing in front of the church, there would be no type of judgment at all. They would receive her just like that.
She sings from a place of experience, and that really makes a difference sometimes when you can, know what you're singing about. Yeah, because I'm not that great of a singer. I can sing, but I sing well with groups. Solo, I'm all right.
You sang more than that. You sang more than what you can. But let me go ahead and jump into this interview real quick, because I think we spent about maybe I think we spent about maybe 10 minutes on the games. But so we have another 15 minutes altogether once we come back from our. So let me spend this other 5 minutes. So first of all, I have you on the show today to tell me about RnR Ministries. Go. What is it? Tell me what it's all
Well,
about.
RnR Ministry started about 2 years ago. In my spirit, God told me to do an internet ministry, and I was like, "Ooh, God, I'm used to being in church. Let's just get
Okay.
it, done. I'm used to being in church, and to experience internet ministry, I was like, what is that, and how is that going to resonate with people? I'm old school, like, don't forsake the assembly of the yourself together, kind of
Yeah.
thing. But COVID-19 really, really brought it home for me. I've learned in my ministerial career that God always shows me something, but it's not something that's to take place right away.
Okay.
This last year in around November, your mother, as a matter of fact, and my oldest sister, I lost both of them. God. But
Mm.
both of them encouraged me. And in December, I'll never forget, right after I got the job at the law firm on December the 4th, I started on November the 30th. On December the 4th, God gave me a dream. And I was like, wow, really? So I know it was time to start. But RnR Ministries is relationship, not religion, is what RnR stands for.
That's what I was waiting on. I wanted you to tell the people what that
What
R
is,
and R stood
yes,
for.
it stands for relationship, not religion. And I really, really want to drive home individual relationships with God. A lot of times in church, people get to a place where, they know where to say amen. They know when to stand. The preacher say, well, let's stand for the word of God. And my thing is this: okay, why are you standing in reverence to the word if that's not what you really feel in your heart? You're just doing it out of custom or what everybody else is doing.
Yeah. Yeah.
My ministry really want to focus on teaching individuals how to build a relationship with God on an individual basis and not a corporate basis. So,
Okay. That's
uh,
awesome. That's
yes.
awesome. So I am totally, totally into the whole thing. Like, you know what I mean? Just for so many reasons.
Uh,
COVID-19, it did cause a lot of rift, from being able to go to a place of worship. And I believe that you really have, in these days, you really have to have relationship with him
yes.
and not religion. Like you said, you stand because that's what you're accustomed to doing. But, when we were basically kicked out of the church, you know what I mean? We no longer had those things to do. So then you had to really, I'm sure I questioned my faith. I questioned I was like, dang, was I really rocking for God like that? Or was I just putting on the show? And it
Mm-hmm.
brings you to a place to where it forces you to have a relationship with him. You know what I mean? And
Yes.
it's not so many distractions that are
Yes.
around you. You can focus in on yourself. You can hone in, just be in this place right here, have a relationship with him. Lord, what's up? That's how I talk to God. I don't,
Yes.
no disrespect,
No,
but
and
that's
it's
how I
not
talk to.
disrespectful.
I be like, hey God, like what's up? Like, like this didn't happen. This didn't happen. I feel like I've showed my faith. I feel like I've done this. I feel like I've done that. What's up? Like what like, I mean, we have real conversations. And I think that, real conversations, they do stem from, having relationship.
It
Whether it
does.
be a business relationship, whether it be a romantic relationship, whether it be a spiritual relationship. You have real conversations kind of like when you're, really invested into that relationship. So I like what you're doing. I love what you're doing. So it's
Thank
about
you.
8:12
To God
now.
be the glory for it all, though.
Hey, I know you. I know that's right. You better give God the glory. It's natural away from you.
Absolutely. I can't take any credit for anything. I ain't gonna lie. I ran for my calling for 3 years, and I won't do that again. Because ever since I've started, I have witnessed the miracles that God has done. But like you said, what COVID-19 really did for us as individuals is it made us realize that, okay, if we don't have all the distractions around us, we don't have anybody else around us, what is our relationship really like with God? Just like any earthly relationship, if you are around your spouse and you are forced to be around your spouse all day, every day for a month straight, you really learn the strength of that relationship. And
Yeah.
it's the same with God. You couldn't go to the church house. You couldn't go to, the Wednesday night Bible studies and those things. So now your relationship with God was really challenged. And a lot of people have finally realized, okay, well, like you said, maybe I wasn't as close as I thought I was, or, maybe I need to fix this, or he had a chance to minister to you one-on-one versus,
Yeah.
you
And I
getting
and Pastor, I hate to cut this short, but I do, still got bills over here that I gotta pay.
I understand.
So,
Pay the
we
bills,
need to
bro.
go ahead.
Pay the
We
bills.
and we need to go take a little break to our second sponsor. And then when we take a break from our second sponsor, we'll have a little bit more time. And man, all I can say is I really hope that God is on your side, like you say, because
Yeah,
I'm
because
getting
I
ready
know
to
you're
dig
ready
into
to
some.
get personal.
I'm getting ready. Yeah, I'm getting ready to dig into some questions, man. So, all
Okay,
right,
cool.
let's go ahead and hear from our.
Another one of our sponsors today is Mole by Jalon Collins. Mole stands for My Own Lip Line, and they specialize in products that make your lips shine, sparkle, and pop. They include glosses, balms, oils, and scrubs for all your lip-tastic needs. Be sure to check her out at www.mollbyjalon.com. That's www.mollbyjalan.com. Go ahead and get those lips looking lip-tastic. Pop, 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 pop. Hey guys, it's Harold J. Trotter with 1989 Dream Productions, and I want to take this time to invite you to our first set of auditions for the year 2021. That's right guys, it's audition time. We're going to be auditioning for 4 stage plays. That's Ain't Always Been Saved, Ain't Always Been Saved Christmas, When Temptation Comes, and No Justice, No Peace. Now the cool thing about this show is that we're going to be recording it live. We're going to record these shows live, guys, so we need the best talent in Houston to come out and audition for these shows. We need you to head over to 1989dreams.com, that's 1989dreams.com, and register for these auditions. We're going to be taking COVID precautions, and we want to make sure that everybody's still remaining safe and healthy, so there will be limited space available for this audition. Don't miss out on a chance to get in on the shows. I'll see you on stage.
Hey,
All
I might
right,
have to go out
guys.
and audition for that.
I'm definitely going for. I'm
Okay.
definitely going to go out in audition for it. That's me all day long. So, guys, I encourage you guys to go audition for it. Also, if you're wondering about the Mo lip line, my own lip line. Uh, it's
We
crazy.
cannot hear you.
Yeah, somebody
Got
was
you now.
calling me. Somebody was calling me in the middle of my show. Like it's,
You're popular.
I mean, it comes with the territory. But just know I predicted your phone call because I'm in the middle of a show. Don't want to hear no crap afterwards. Um, as I get this message saying, "Hey, are you busy?" Absolutely. So moving forward, real quick, I'm gonna jump into this, and then I want you to allow people to know how they can find you because you have now joined. This is Culture Network, and you're going to be premiered on here and everything like that. But I have some real questions for you. Okay, you ready?
Okay. Yes, I'm ready.
All right. My first question for you is now I definitely believe in, gotta check my time. Okay, definitely I believe in the, relationship, not religion. How are you able to move forward identifying as a gay male in this in Christianity and moving forward, almost like without any fear? Like are you afraid of the lashback? Tell me, how is it possible to any other pastors out there, ministers, bishops, whoever's in the church world who are homosexual, who are lesbian, who are just a part of the gay community, and they have a real serious connection with God, but they feel like they cannot have it because they live alternate lifestyles, such as being homosexual or lesbian, or identifying as a woman, when they're born male, or vice versa. You know what I mean? Tell me how are you doing this? How are you doing this with such power?
It has really, honestly, been a 7-year challenge for me. I started praying about this about 2012, somewhere in there, asking God, you called me, why do I have these feelings? Why, are these things going on in my life? And I actually, honestly, sought God for the last, about 7 years. But what he finally showed me, and again, that's why I say relationship, not religion, is that individuals are not all the same. I
Right.
don't look at what a person is doing as necessarily sinful. God looks at the heart. My heart is always leaning towards God. I don't.
I do mean to interrupt you, but there's a Bible scripture that you always point out that people always
Okay.
look at, but then you point out something else about that Bible scripture.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Can you please say that? No, you explain it,
Well, I've
Reverend.
always looked at things. I look at what preachers say. Preachers always say, God judges the heart, not the person's actions. So when God judges my heart, again, my heart is always pure, and my heart is always leaning towards what God wants me to do. And in doing that, preachers always go towards the uh, Solomon Gomorrah scripture
Yes, there you
about
go. That's what I'm
what,
waiting to hear you
but
say.
God looked at their heart and what they were doing. He didn't look at their actions. He looked at their heart, because they turned their heart from God. And other scriptures that he gave prophets to tell to the nation. Now, it was more than just that sexual sin going on in Gomorrah, in Solomon. It was, they had turned away from helping the poor. They had turned to idol worship. They had turned. So in other words, they turned their heart from God. And that's what I believe is the most important thing in life. Your actions is going to not say what your heart is saying, but your heart is actually going to dictate your actions. If you love a person and you truly, genuinely love that person, then you are doing what God has asked you to do. And that's to love. That was the greatest commandment. That's what Jesus said. Love. Do I think everyone should be, giving into their desires? No, absolutely not. But you have to go to God for yourself to find out what God wants for you. And for me personally, I have found that I have been more effective in ministry being a gay male, because I have literally saved, I cannot tell you the number of people from committing suicide.
Hmm.
It kills me that most of them that was getting ready to commit suicide was getting ready to do it because either their family rejected them, but most
Yeah.
of all because the church rejected them. And I
Hmm.
tell the church this all the time. How can you say you want to help someone when you have a ministry in your church? Some of them have hundreds of ministries. I'm talking literally hundreds, but not one of them have a LGBTQ ministry in their church. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
if you saying that what that community is doing is so bad, and you are welcoming them into your church, then if they're welcoming your church, and they're giving you tithes and offerings, and your tithes and offerings are helping everybody else in the church, why can't you help them? Why can't
Right.
you minister to them? Why
Right.
can't you have a ministry that helps them to get through their situations and help understand? But most pastors, believe it or not, are scared because they feel like, oh, it seems like I'm giving in to some type of lust or whatever. And to be honest, I've had more preachers hit me up and hit on me, and I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, weren't you just in the pulpit talking about, you
Yeah,
know,
that's that. And you know what?
and that kills me, because
That
that, to
it
me,
it,
that's
it really
worse
kind
than,
of, that part right there is so crazy
yeah,
because like I, I've I think that pretty much almost every probably gay male
yeah,
in this lifestyle has experienced that.
yes,
um their same covering and preacher that they have that's in the
yes,
pulpit, that's speaking against, I mean, hooping and hollering and sweating and wiping and everything. And,
Not hooping.
I mean, I'm talking about doing the hooping to where
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just like, people jumping up, they feel the spirit. And then,
As soon as they
in
get
my
off the
inbox,
pulpit, they on the
hey,
phone.
dang,
Yeah.
saw you on da da da. You was looking
Yeah.
fine, Pastor.
Yeah.
Like,
And
you
see,
feel
I
me?
can't live that kind of life.
You
You
feel
know,
me? Like,
my
and
thing
it's
is this.
not the fact that, of, it's not the fact that you found me attractive or that you even wanted to holler at me. It's the fact of that you are literally attracted to something that you are telling everybody else to hate.
Not to. Correct. And it's a
You mean
lustful
you
attraction
get
at
what I
that.
mean? You're telling everybody to hate me and that I need help and that I need this and I am broken and I'm torn down and my gifts that I have to offer are just nothing. But then you are just so sexually charged, when it comes to me and this and the other, and you're not being truthful with yourself.
Right.
You know what I mean? You're not
And
being truthful with
if the
yourself.
truth is told, music is the backbone of the church besides the preacher. I mean, if you have a great music ministry, your church is going to thrive. That's just a known fact among the Christian community.
Yeah,
And when you look at the choir and the choir directors and the musicians, yeah, uh,
of course.
one of the pastors here in Atlanta, he said it best. He said, how can you sit up here and criticize all of these people when you using them to help build your church?
Exactly.
So, it's
Exactly.
either you are against it or you're not. Because if you're for it, then, you need to get in the pulpit
It
and be
reminds
honest.
me of the scripture when God says that I'd rather you be hot or cold,
Hot,
because if you're
don't be hot.
lukewarm,
Right, right. Be
I
hot
will
or
spit you
cold,
out.
not lukewarm, because I'll spew you out of my mouth. Correct. Right.
That's what it reminds me of.
Yes. And it's a shame that, you know, I've always believed this. If I am true to myself, how can I not be true to God? So if I'm not true to myself, how can I be true to God? How can I get in the pulpit and truly preach? Because when I get up there and preach, it's not about me. It's
Right.
all about God, give me what the people need. If they can look beyond, certain things, because every preacher have something. Paul said it
Right.
best. He have a thorn in his side. Nobody knows to this day. I mean, that's been thousands of years of people trying to figure out what was Paul's thorn. You never know what Paul's thorn was, but you can't judge him for it. But you look at all the work that he's done and what
Hmm.
Christ was able to do and use,
And let
and
me
do
say
through him.
this, and then we're gonna have to, unfortunately, we're gonna be coming to an end. But let me say this really
Uh-huh.
quickly. I believe in you and that you're going to succeed with your ministry for the mere fact that you are so honest about it, that you're genuine about helping people, God's
Yes.
people at that.
Yes.
You mean it from the bottom of your heart and you're going about it the right way. You're not trying to build up anything to say it's for this and then really try to have a secret profit, coming behind. Your heart is really into it. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And you're not going to let any of what society is basically saying nowadays keep you from what your calling is. And
Yes.
so I believe, with that being said, that you're going to move forward. You're going to have an explosive ministry. I wish
Thank
you
you.
all the best.
Thank you.
I
Just pray
can't
for
wait
me,
I
because you have
will.
a powerful prayer life.
I
Powerful prayer life.
got you. I
Okay.
got you.
All right.
I got you. I got you. I definitely got you. I do want you to let the audience know when you're gonna be on. This is Culture Network. This is the big
This is Culture
deal.
Network. Yes, I start this Sunday, March the 7th, at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. I always mention Central because I'm from New Orleans originally. I live in Atlanta now, but I always want anybody in either of those two zones, even the ones on California. I know it's going to be early, but yes, tune into This is Culture Network on YouTube, on Facebook, on whatever, platform you listen to podcast on, and I will be on starting at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time this Sunday.
That's what's
And
up.
every
That's what's
Sunday
up.
thereafter. On Wednesday nights, I believe it's 6:30. I will be on with the
new podcast is going to be about.
Got to get the sound on there.
I'm not hearing the sound either. But that young man is passionate about what he's saying.
Yeah, he is. I was hoping that he would play this because, man, oh my gosh, it's so inviting, it's so powerful. I wish the sound was on there. You guys, if you can't hear the sound now, guess what? You can go on This Is Culture Network's page and you can look at it. And then you can also hear what he has to say. So, yeah, I would call this enemy busy right now. He mad. He don't want it. He don't want the invitation.
He's
everything else
best.
has been playing. Everything else has been playing with sound.
Yes,
but this one. But it's okay. It's all good. It's all good. So now that we saw that, I do want to go ahead and thank you once again for being on the show. I really appreciate you. And then,
I thought you was gonna bring the tough questions.
I didn't have time to bring.
I understand
as much as I wanted
God
to.
always work things out.
But if you come back on the show, I got you.
I promise you, I will.
Okay.
After I write the book.
Just be prepared. All right, so we're going to go ahead and jump to our sponsors really quick, and then when we jump from our sponsors, then we're going to come back with the Midnight Strokes Quickie. Pastor, you can't be a part of that one.
All right. Yeah, because, that part.
This new podcast is going to be about building a relationship with Christ, building your love life not only with Christ, but with those around you, and building your personal inner strength. Jesus said the greatest commandment is to love, and love is an action word. Sometimes it gets hard to love. You must do certain things in your life. First, you must shake it off and pack it up in your feet. Because when you shake it off and pack it, He's commanded us to do. The first thing I want to teach you about love is not selfish. So join RnR Ministries on Sundays at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time and 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can listen to our podcast on any of your favorite networks, but be sure to tune in to This Is Culture Network.
All right, guys. So you finally got a chance to see it with the audio. Isn't it so inviting? Like, wow. So let me go ahead and get into my Midnight Strokes. All right, it's a quickie, and this, it always comes from personal experience. So what I've learned lately, not just since my mom passed, which was on January 4th, but just prior to that, you know what I mean? I've always been in love with the idea of love, wanting to be in love, wanting to have a partner, that whole nine, you know what I mean? And there's nothing wrong with that. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. But you have to be in a space where you know that you have something to bring to the table. And you also have to know that what you're bringing to the table, the person needs to be able to match that, whether it be financially, emotionally. There has to be a balance, that yin and yang. And over the past about 10 years, I'm 29 years old now. I've learned a lot. And I'm going to just have to be kind of blunt with this. You know what I mean? When I finally was able to wrap my mind and fathom like how much money there is in the world, when it comes to billions of dollars, and how many people are hungry for money, and it's out there. So many people can get the money, whether it be through grant. And when I realized that, wow, you know what I mean? I just used to think that, there was room enough in this whole world just for 1 to 5 billionaires. What? That's not the case. There's tons of billionaires in this world. And the same thing goes for guys. Same thing goes for women. Okay? Like, no, there's more than just the 5 that you see in your circle. You know what I mean? So what if they are pressuring you like to like come and have sex, And you know what I mean? Like, you may be having to get ready to go for a meeting or something like that. Let me tell you, this is real talk. Like a few weeks ago and all the other good stuff, I thought about it. I had like obligations that I had to do. And I was like, man, but what's more important? Going and having a quickie, or actually going and handling my business and do what I'm supposed to do, come up the legit way. Like, that's always gonna be there. And if you're not willing to wait around and stay while I'm perfecting and bettering myself, then it ain't worth it in the first place. So that's my midnight strokes quickie to you. Know that there's always gonna be another person out there. There's always gonna be another one. Don't get so hung up on that one just because they look fine right then and there, just because they giving you money, just because they doing whatever it is that they doing for you. Start to focus on yourself. Start to focus on yourself. Pour all that energy in yourself, and you'll start to attract what is actually supposed to be in your life and around you. You feel me? So yeah, I really had to learn that lesson, and I'm proud of myself because I have conquered it. I have mastered this thing, man. And I used to run above my head, and I used to fall a few times, if I'm being honest. But now, I'm so much better at it. I look at it, I'm able to assess it, weigh the odds and stuff like that, and I'm like, nah, that's not the right move to make right now. I need to go be moving that way. So I hope that you guys are inspired by that. Remember that you guys can catch me on my podcast. I believe it's on Fridays. Anywhere where you like to do your podcast, like Google Podcast, Spotify, Apple, the Apple Podcast, Apple Play, all that stuff. You can find this podcast. Remember to please share this, like it, love it. Please, please, please share it. Sorry, guys. Remember to please share it. It's not just go ahead and like it and share it right now. And then you can always, if you're on here, if you're not following me already, go ahead and follow me on Facebook as Xai Matthews. You can type in Xai Matthews on Instagram, XAI space Matthews, Mathews, and it shall come up, and you'll see under there the best X. So that's THE_BESS_X. The best X. That's on Instagram. So once again, guys, thank you for joining Legend Speak with my special guest, James Bynum. And once again, I want to encourage you to remember to live life until death is due. If death is not looking for you, don't you go looking for it. You understand me? You got purpose that you got to fulfill. And that's it.